Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I wanted to make a video to go over the Game Jam and make an official announcement. I'm super excited for this. It's got a lot of positive feedback. I'm really looking forward to seeing the games that you guys design. So let's get into some of the details and get this party started, right? Let's go. So, there will be there will be voting, but the votes are going to be on a couple of items: playability, mechanics, and theme. Not going to get too heavy into the voting side of it, just to give us some positive feedback. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling around, but you'll see here that this is a community-centric game design jam. This is a jam. It's not a contest. There's not going to be a winner and there's not going to be a loser. The only losers are people that don't submit their games, and everybody that does is a winner. It's all about building some community, making some new friends, having fun with your old friends, and making some fun games to share and play. That's really what is driving this. Some things won't be tolerated. I'm not going to get into all of that. We're adults. I don't expect we're going to have any problems, but I felt I needed to at least let you guys know that it will be addressed if it comes up. I'll handle it. Play nice with everybody, period. It's kind of simple. Being nice doesn't cost you anything. So some of the guidelines. The games must fit on a 5x7 postcard or the metric equivalent. I want to have these printed by a commercial printer, and I don't know what those numbers are metric-wise outside the United States. So if somebody knows, let me know, and I'll add that to the description here. Both front and the back can be used, and the game must be a war game. Okay, so I don't want to get into a big debate on what a war game is. I'm going to use a very loose interpretation. One of the goals of this jam is to encourage exploring that boundary. Things that may not be traditionally war games, let's put them on a postcard. Let's play with them. I know there's already a couple of ideas out there that are not what you would consider a traditional war game. I love it. I'd love to see more of it, and totally encouraged. So what goes on the postcard and what doesn't go on the postcard? So I'm basing this off of what my experience has been playing with postcard games. And basically, dice, 52 card decks, and of course, I mean, if you're using the jokers, it can be 54 or whatever, and coins. Also, the question came up for, say, maybe a bag or a cup for chip pull. That's fine. That's not part of the components of the game. We're trying to make the game as complete as possible on the postcard. Now, if something falls in the middle where it's maybe a question, bring it up. I'm more than likely to say yes than no, but I do want to keep the spirit of the challenge of getting things to fit on a postcard. Free games. All the playable games that come out of this jam will be made available for free to the general public, whoever wants to get a copy. I'll create a publisher page on BGG, and I'll upload all the games there. I'll maintain them on that website. I think the itch.io page may do it as well. I won't take them down from here, but I'll be directing people to BGG because that's where most of us go for gaming information anyway. Some of my intentions of what I'd like to accomplish. I want to print all the playable games as physical postcards. Like 500 copies cost 60, 65 bucks, maybe a little less. I'm going to do some shopping around. So the idea is, my intention is that I would do that with every single game. Now that could cost me $600 to $1,000, somewhere in there. I'm willing to do that. It may take me some time. I don't have $1,000 to drop on printing everybody's games. What I'll do with those 500 odd games is send each of you roughly 100, 150, whatever. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Whatever you guys want. And then I'm going to take the rest of those and use those to give to people when I go to game conventions, when I go to game nights, and also if somebody doesn't have a color printer or does, but would like to have a complete set of all the games as actual postcards. Uh, and I will just mail those out to them, a couple copies of each, and ship those off so that we can get those games into people's hands and they can enjoy your labor of love and your wonderful games that you create. That's kind of the purpose of what we want to do. Gameplay videos and interviews. So some of you may or may not know, I have a YouTube channel, it's small. I've been doing it almost a year now. And I do talk about some game design, and I also bring up some war games and do unboxings and gameplay videos. So my intention here is to take each and every playable game and do a gameplay video. And for those designers that are willing, I will do an interview, kind of fix that in or blend that into the gameplay video, and all of those will be posted up on the YouTube channel, the Hissy Cat Studios channel. Pretty awesome thing to talk about here, a graphic makeover offered by Niels Johansson. I consider him one of the best artists in the business today. Now, I've seen some of the artwork that people are posting on Twitter, and some of them are really nice. Mine, not so much. Now, I won't partake in any gifts or anything that are given into this game jam. So I will have an entry, I will have a game, I want to participate, but I won't be eligible for any of the prizes that might be available. But what I'm going to do to make it fair is have a random drawing, and we'll determine the time frame. It might be at the end, it might be somewhere in the middle, depending. I mean, because if somebody puts an entry in very late, I want them to also have a chance at getting the makeover. So I may wait till after the event closes before we announce who gets the makeover, and then you can go have that done, and then we'll post that after the closing of the event. At least your submission, I can do all that stuff, right? If you're not interested in having that done, just let me know, and I'll just take you out of the process. But we do want it to be, or I do want it to be finished, submitted, and playable, so that Niels doesn't waste his time, which is very precious, on a game that we wouldn't print because it's not a playable game. T-shirts. I'm currently talking to an artist to do some artwork, some original artwork for T-shirts for the Game Jam. I will have these printed and shipped off to everybody who enters the jam. No cost to you. I just like the idea of one getting a T-shirt. Who doesn't like free T-shirts? And I really want to make this a fun event, and it's kind of a thank you from me to you in the regards of taking the time and energy to create a game. The T-shirts also will allow me to, now I'll give you free ones, but I am going to put them on my Etsy page for Hissy Cat Studios for people that haven't entered a game that might want to get a cool T-shirt. And then any proceeds that I make off of that will just go back into paying for the cost of printing the T-shirts and the postcard copies of the games. Sponsors. So if there's any game publishers out there that are interested in sponsoring the Game Jam, get in touch with me. The T-shirts are great because I can take and put your logo and your name on the back and get you some exposure that way. So if you're interested in a sponsor, and again, anything that comes out of that will go back into running the Game Jam. So this is important, and I want to make sure that I say it again. The games will always be made available for free. I will never sell the games, period. I'm not looking to make any money off of your games. You'll maintain all the rights to your games. We'll just make them available for free, like I said, off BGG, itch.io, and then any of the hard copies that I print up and hand out. Any monies collected from the T-shirt sales or sponsorships, if there's any money involved in that, will go back into running the Game Jam. This current one and ones in the future. And yes, I've had so much early excitement and positive feedback from people that I've talked about on this jam, both on Twitter and on some Discord channels, that I plan on doing this annually. because I'm already having so much fun. Last thing here, when you submit your game, PDF file, front and back. Tell us a little bit about yourself if you want. Talk about your design. Give me your t-shirt size and whether you want to participate in the drawing for the graphic makeover from Nails. With that, guys, I'm going to get this video posted. I'm going to edit it and get it posted. And I'm going to turn this puppy on a little early. I'm excited. I'll see you guys online. Let's have a lot of fun with this. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye for now.